So I thought I'd have a go at animation. Dip my toe in the water, as they say. A week later, and every spare second of my free time consumed in the animation, I've developed a profound respect for those such as Dark Matter 2525 who've turned it into an art form. Anyway, here we go. My first attempt. Please let me know what you think. Here we go. Do 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 do. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 164?
Abram. Abram.
Will you still
Abram.
He's not called that.
What?
Remember, you confused their languages and spread them to the four corners of the earth? So he no longer understands the language you used to use to communicate with humans.
Why did we confuse their languages again?
They were building that tower to heaven.
A tower to heaven? And how would they have managed that?
Well, they thought they were building a tower to heaven.
And that was enough reason for us to confuse their languages and spread them across the face of the earth?
I knew the evil intentions in their hearts.
Well, you should. You created them.
What?
Nothing.
Why didn't you just let them know that their efforts would be fruitless?
What?
Why didn't you just let them know it was pointless trying to reach heaven by building straight up?
Or ascending.
Exactly, or ascending. Or you could have just left them to it. What harm were they doing?
They have to learn.
Learn what? Had you told them not to build a tower?
No.
And it couldn't have been that big. I mean, the population 130 years after the flood could only have been around 1,000 people or so.
Can't you remember, Spooky? I thought you were there.
I thought we had agreed that you weren't going to call me that anymore. And anyway, I might have been moving over the face of the earth at the time.
Well, you sound to me like you're trying to shirk all responsibility.
Stop bickering, you two. It's hard enough to think straight without you two arguing in the background all the time.
Sorry, boss.
And don't call me that.
Yes, Dad. One question, though.
What?
You confused their languages and spread them to the four corners for building a tower.
Yes.
And you told them that was why you were doing it.
So it is written.
So how come they just carried on where they left off?
What?
Well, look, they immediately built huge towers in Egypt and somehow made it back here to Mesopotamia and have been building towers ever since.
I blame it on free will.
You don't think the fear of a repeat of your wrath should have put them off for at least a few generations?
I know, but that's why we're back here now.
We're going to try again with whatever his name is. If we can get him away from here and train him up properly, we are sure we can fix all this.
You are sure? Both of you?
Yes.
And you can say that with a straight face whilst I'm sat here with holes in my hands and feet.
Be quiet and let me think. What language is he using? Ah, yes. Abram.
Who's that?
It is me.
Well, I know that, but who is me?
I am that I am.
What?
The Alpha and the Omega.
Greek hasn't been invented yet.
Shh. Abram, I am your first, your last, your everything.
Sorry, you lost me.
I am your God.
Oh, Enki, great god of the surf, who warned my ancestors of the flood. I am your humble servant.
No, not Enki.
Oh, great and merciful Enlil, who sent the flood to rid the world of noisome men. I bow to your majesty.
I'm not Enlil.
You Marduk, Lord Creator, God of 100 names? I am not worthy.
I'm not bloody Marduk.
Surely neither Ki nor An would deem a mere mortal worthy of their time.
Look, I am none of your stupid pagan gods.
But of course, I thought your accent strange. Ra, supreme god of the Egyptian pharaohs, forgive this pagan for not having been educated in your mystic ways. Open my eyes that I might see.
Can I smite him?
I do the smiting.
Don't you just.
Perhaps we should all calm down and give this ignorant goat herder a chance.
A chance? All I seem to do is give them chances.
Well, you created them. Were you expecting something else?
Of course not. I knew precisely what was going to happen.
So they're not really to blame then?
I can sense a little wrath building up here. It's going to be Sodom and Gomorrah all over again.
We haven't done that yet.
Haven't we? I get confused with all this atemporal manipulation.
Listen, Dad, this is the man you chose. Let's not get off on the wrong foot with him. Are you still there?
I am always here. I am everywhere and everywhen.
Right.
I am your one true God, and I have chosen you, Abram, to be the father of my people.
Oh, and that's good, is it?
Of course it's good.
But are you sure I'm the right person to father an entire people?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm 75, my wife is 65, and we've not been able to conceive as yet. I thought it might be because Sari's my sister. I have the same problem trying to get the goats to produce offspring if they are too closely related.
So why did you marry her?
Well, there was not that many to choose from. You sort of wiped the planet clean of all humans not that long ago, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And besides, she was a cracker in her day, and there's no law against it.
Do I have to tell you everything that's right and wrong? Can't you think for yourselves?
Well, every time we do, we seem to get smited. He's got you there.
He has not got me there.
Perhaps you should choose someone else. You don't want a tribe of inbreeds as your followers, do you?
The decision has been made. Abram,
I am here.
you are to leave this place of... What do you call it? I said, what do you call this place?
That's what it is called.
Yes, well anyway, you are to leave this place and travel to a country I will show you.
Why?
Because I bloody said so.
Yes, of course, but I assume you have a reason, and I just wondered what it is.
I am going to create a great nation out of you.
And you couldn't do that here?
What?
Well, it's just that we like it here. We've lived here a long time. We have the two great rivers, which somehow survived the global upheaval of the flood. They provide a ready supply of nutrients to keep the land fertile, and plenty of clay for us to make bricks and build towers with. We like building towers.
Don't they just?
What?
Nothing. Look, I have chosen a land for you in which your nation will grow.
Better than this?
What?
Well, is it fed by rivers from the high mountains, which flood each year, giving life to the desert?
Well, no, not really.
Is it a land of peace and plenty? Because the occasional raids by the mountain people to the east can be a bit of a pain at times.
Well, the people living there are reasonably peaceful at the moment.
It's already inhabited.
Yes, but not to worry.
So you created some new people after the flood and put them there?
No.
Well, where did they come from then?
What do you mean?
Well, it's only been 300 years since the flood, so the population of the Earth can only have grown to about 300,000 people. More than that live alongside these two rivers now, and we know of a huge population along the Nile and another along the Indus, and we have heard tell of great nations to the Far East. Now you tell us there are people across the Western Desert too?
Never mind about the details. The place is inhabited and that is that.
So are the people friendly? Will they mind sharing their land with us?
Oh no, you won't be sharing with them. You're going to wipe them out.
Wipe them out? I'm a goat farmer.
But your descendants will be great warriors.
So you want me, a goat herder, to traipse for months and months to some hostile place where my descendants will fight in perpetuity with the natives?
Yes.
Why?
Because you are my chosen people, and that is the land I have chosen for you.
And you've not chosen it for them?
No.
What is so special about that particular place?
I have chosen it for you.
So you said, but you must have a reason.
I must.
I bet it has some secrets. I know. I bet it's got loads of oil.
What?
Oil! The black stuff. We find it seeping out of the ground around here. We have a few uses for it, but we suspect we are missing something. You wouldn't have put all that in the ground unless you had a special purpose for it.
No, of course not.
That's it then. This new place must be full of the stuff, and you're going to teach us how to exploit it, and my family will become rich and powerful. You truly are the one God. Lead me and I shall follow. I'm going now to collect my people. I'll be back in a minute. Someone's going to be disappointed.
How so?
There isn't any oil in Israel.
And what are they going to do without oil?
Perhaps we can give them fruit to grow.
Fruit. Don't you remember what happened with the apples?
Okay, Daddy's boy. Why don't you think of something?
Oh, stop bickering, you two. I've got a headache. Let's nip forward and see how the Aztecs are doing. Now, they are my kind of people. They know how to worship a god.
And build towers.
And cover the towers in the blood of human sacrifices.
Yes, human sacrifices. I must remember to pop back sometime and have a word with what's his name about that.